some of the ones that you probably or most likely will see on your exam are shown up on the overhead here. We talked about a few of these throughout the week, and really what it comes down to is which ones are going to be on your exam. So let's go through and just talk about these really quickly, and then we'll have a better understanding of it. So the hardware locks, I think that's kind of obvious, right? If you put locks on something, you can try to deter somebody. Man traps we talked about. Remember, you come in one door, that door locks behind you. You're locked in a room, and somebody has to buzz you in order for you to be able to get access to it. So that's really the way that the man traps work. The fences, usually on this exam, you don't see the gauge of fence or the height of fence being asked, but typically, like on the more advanced exams, you may see like the height or the gauge of the fence as something that comes into play. I think that the rest of these are all pretty interesting things that we could get into. And at a high level, I would say try to know what each and every one of these are at a high level. Now, when we're going through and trying to select a facility, there is a process in which we take all these factors in to try to make sure that we can select the facility appropriately. And that process is called crime prevention. C, crime prevention through environmental design. CPTED, through environmental design. Now, it's interesting because oftentimes you'll see this in full effect where maybe you're going into a stadium. I'm going to try to draw a stadium here. It's kind of freehand it. So let's say this is a stadium that you're going into, and walking up to the stadium here, you'll have a walkway, and then over on the side of the walkway here, you'll have little bushes on the side of the walkway. Now, if these were small bushes, like little tiny plants, what would people be doing inside of the little gardens over here that are filled with mulch? If they were little tiny plants, people would be what? Parking, probably, driving their hoverboards through it, or hopping through there, walking through there. But if you got holly bushes or rose bushes or whatever, that would probably thwart any type of people walking through there, right? So a lot of times you see that places that you want people to walk, you'll try to lead the horse to water by forcing them to go down a specific path or something like that. So keep that in mind whenever you're going through and selecting your next property, that a lot of people think about this stuff before they go in and make a selection.